Yo, what up, family? Sensei, man. Today we're gonna be working out and talking about just life a little bit, give you guys some insights about who I am. I know a lot of times people ask me, man, what do you do for a living? And what inspires you to ride and what inspires you to work out? And you know what I mean? Like, so I'm gonna talk to y'all today as we're getting healthy together, right? A lot of times I feel like a lot of people, not all, but a lot of people, especially in America, neglect their health. And they say, you never know what you have until it's gone, right? Well, right now you have your health, or you might have some levels of health. So my thing is, why not take advantage of it 100%? Why not take the time right now to train your body, to train your spirit, train your mind, develop your finances? Why not do that while you still can? And sometimes you might feel like you can't, right? But really do what you can, feel me? So I'm gonna hit a total body session. It's about 4:30 a.m. in the morning. I got up at 2:30, but I did go to sleep earlier, which is a part of your health, is that sleep time. You got to rest, you know what I'm saying? So the majority of you on this channel, that follows me in this channel, y'all ride motorcycles. A lot of you are a part of your MC, a lot of you are part of your riding clubs, a lot of you are part of your social clubs, a lot of you are just independent riders. We have a mix of many different people, executives, police officers, we have teachers, doctors. We have a lot of people on this channel. But one of the things that we all have in common is death. We're all gonna be headed to the same place eventually, right? But my thing is, why live like you're dead? Why? Why not live to live? Why not do everything you can in your power right now to be top notch? Why not allow the gift of life to flourish? Why not allow yourself to embody or embrace the power of love? Why not do that? You see what I'm saying? So yeah, we gonna talk. Let's go. All right, we're gonna start off with a chest press. When you in the gym and you're doing a chest press machine, what you wanna look at is how wrong this is. This is like below my shoulder. You wanna have it where it's right aligned to your shoulder. That's number one, all right? And when you're working out, you don't have to go ridiculously heavy. That's just a waste of time. I go heavy at times, but I like volume, especially when we get older. You feel me? So. That's 20 reps, and it feels great. It's 100 pounds. That's pretty heavy for some people. It's heavy enough to get the volume. So every machine that I touch, I'm gonna do a total of 100 reps. 100 reps. All right, so let's talk a little bit as I'm resting, right? So who am I? Well, I'm a Jamaican, born in Jamaica, June 4th, 1976, in Kingston, Jamaica. I have my family live in Bull Bay, Jamaica, and came to America in 1983. I always confused if it was 83 or 84, but one of those years. I came here legally. As a child, I was about 8 years old at the time. It was me, my mother, and my sister. My father was already here. My grandmother was very responsible for getting us from Jamaica to America. God rest her soul, she's definitely missed. Once we came to America, I lived with my aunt for a couple of months until my parents was able to find an apartment in the Bronx on Anderson Avenue, all right? 1088 Anderson Avenue to be exact. I went to CES 73 elementary school. After that, I graduated and went to junior high school, CJHS 145. And then from that, I went into high school. Now, during my time in school, I was a musician. I played the baritone and I played the trombone. I was one of the top trombone players in my class, and we did the marching band, and it was fantastic. My rest time is over. Hang tight. 6, 7, 8, 9. Man, that's heavy. I might have to go a little light on that one. So was in high school, had a great time in high school, you know, experienced a whole lot of things. I was a very good student, but I was also a clown. I don't know if y'all could guess that, but I was also a clown. I enjoyed the jokes, but I also knew when it was time to work. When it was time to work, there was no jokes. You feel me? So after that, I went on to, in 2000 and, no, I'm sorry, not 2000, 1994. I graduated high school and went on to BMCC College in Manhattan. And that's the Borough of Community College. Borough Manhattan Community College. And I stayed there for about a year or so. I did an official withdrawal, went to go to the Atlas Barber School and became a barber because I was already cutting hair, loved it. I didn't feel like college was good for me. I was taking business administration, which if a lot of you don't know, you ain't really going far with business administration. And my spirit just said, you know what? I need to get out of here. One of my professors even asked me what was I doing here because I was an advanced student and I should have been doing something bigger than business administration. I looked around and I noticed that it was so many Black kids and Puerto Ricans taking these courses. And I'm like, what future is that? None. So I made up my mind to stop. I worked at Bed Bath & Beyond, made some money there. I worked at a company called Artisan Surveys, made some money there. But that time I realized I don't want to work for people. So my last job was UPS. I was working double shift because I worked in a barbershop off of Dyer Avenue off the 5. And no, not Dyer, off of, oh man, I forgot the exit. But anyway, I worked at the barbershop and then I was working at 4 a.m. in the morning at freaking UPS. Get those reps, baby. Oh. 6, 7, 8. I'm not gonna go lighter. Phew, I'm gonna struggle. Oh. Oh my God. When you're working your chest, find the cables, find the machines. They're way more effective to me than dumbbells. They're easier in your joints, especially when you get older. So yes, I did that. And during that time, I had my son DJ, whose name is Donovan, is me. And he's now 27. And it's a great feeling to look back at time. But anyway, doing all of that, my mom and dad worked. Could never tell that they were struggling because they did a great job hiding that from my sister and I, right? I see my mom cry a couple of times. I see my dad feel stressed out about stuff in life. And you know, it never really triggered much for me until I started getting older and I started making the decision like, yo, you know what? I don't really want to do what my mom and dad did. I want to grow up and be a better example for them. And I made a decision to go to the Marines. Now, when I did a practice test, I never forget that day I met the recruiter. They gave me like a practice exam and I aced it. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized I did not want to go to no Marines or no Army, no nothing. I did not want to be a part of this country's issues. That's how I felt during that time. I believe I was about 18 at the time. Because when I graduated high school, when I graduated high school, I went to college the next day. I was a college discovery student, just to give you an idea. But they pretty much came up to me for about a year straight. But I changed my mind on that. I did not want to be in the military anymore. Come on. Come on. Ooh. Oh my God. When I tell you that damn thing hurt, that hurt. That's 80. So, yeah, so moving forward, I said, nah, no more military. So, like I said, I was going to Atlas Barber School still, learning how to be a licensed barber. Big shout outs to my man, Abe. Abe was one of the best instructors that I've ever met. And while you're going to school, the school's paying for you. The school is paying for itself, the money you pay, because you're in a barbershop and you're cutting people's hair. It's a barbershop. And they will come in and they will pay you and you get tips. So all that money goes to you. And remember, I think some of the money, no, the tips go to you and the money goes to the school, but you still was making money. I was making a couple of $100 a week because I got really good. And what made me go to barber school was I didn't know how to cut white people hair or Hispanic hair, because y'all hair is straight as heck and light, and it's any little movement you zeke the hell up, whereas black people hair is more coiled up, like curly, so it's easier to work your way through your errors, but not straight hair. So I learned that, how to use the scissors and the shears. Now, years later, I decided that I wanted to not be a barber anymore, and I want to go in the fitness industry, which I did. So a lot of people said I was making a mistake. You're making good money. Why would you want to leave your industry? My father was like, yo, man, that's not smart. That's a stupid thing for you to do. And I looked at it, thought about it. I almost made people's opinions change my mind from my future. And when I tell you that was my future, that was my future. All right, last set. All right, let's move. I'll talk to y'all in a sec. All right, so we're hitting back next. Just finished doing some pulling. Same adjustment here. You want to make sure when you reach, you have your arms able to stretch out. So, all right, let me get this. So yeah, so now doing all of this stuff, moving forward, going through everything that my parents, but mostly my dad, was telling me and how he felt. Hold on. Let me get this mic set up better. Yeah, and like how he felt about stuff, I respected it, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, my life is my life, you know what I'm saying? And I did exactly what felt good. So I told my wife, and I left the barbershop that I was in. My brother and I worked together in a barbershop. I decided to leave the barbershop. And the story gets a little longer than that, but I'll give you guys some of the updates as to how I progressed with that. I immediately called New York City Sports Club and got a job at New York City Sports Club. They required certain things, and I got there, started training my first week, and they couldn't believe how many clients I was gaining. By the way, I never got paid at New York City Sports Club. I never collected a check. I closed a bunch of deals, but that's neither here nor there, right? And I decided, hey, you know what? I want to become a fully certified trainer. So I took the ACE test, the ACE exam, failed it the first time. Now, why did I fail the first time? It's not because I don't know how to read. That's because I studied very short, and I said, you know what? I want to take it and see how well I can do with minimum study time. Oh. Whoa. Now, when I failed the test, I didn't really fail big time. So I knew that, wait a minute, if I didn't study for this test and I was able to fail at a passing damn near grade, then imagine when I start studying. So I started studying for the ACE. And from then, I had index cards up on my wall everywhere, right? And I was studying words like masseter, orbicularis oculi, you know what I mean? Like thinking about the anterior tibialis anterior, and femoris, and studying all these words. And I just became very good at it. I started looking at people's bodies as just muscles. Like that's how I studied. Everywhere I went, I would see somebody sitting down. I'm like, that person has severe case of scoliosis, or that person is deficient in the hamstrings, right? I would look at that, and that became my thing. So when I took the test, I became ACE certified. Now, moving forward, my brother had a barbershop right there on Prospect Ave. And I put a gym downstairs, my first studio. I spent about $12,000, built it out, put a bathroom, everything. And we started training downstairs, martial arts, weightlifting, everything. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. And through that came my first love for actually personal training and building people's bodies and showing them how to work out without feeling that they have to go in a big gym. And it became really good. I think that's 20. It became really good. And, oh man, that thing is heavy. My heart rate is up. So that was first. Then I wasn't a barber anymore, right? But I was still kind of cut hair every now and then. So there was a space that was owned around the block from the barbershop. I went around there and I called Mike, who was the landlord for the whole strip, right off the 5 train, off the 2 and 5 train. If you get up in Prospect, the second you come down where the fish market is at, if you're in the Bronx, right around the corner, I believe there's a little furniture store now where my gym was. That's on Westchester Ave, okay? It splits Prospect, Westchester. So I opened up my gym. Now, during that time, before I did all that, I became the trainer to Dr. Oz. If you don't know who Dr. Oz is, look him up, right? And my wife took Kung Fu in New Jersey, Edgewater, New Jersey. And from that point on, I met Lisa Oz, who's Dr. Oz's wife. So I started training her. And I remember coming outside and she said, look, my house is up there. I looked up the hill. It's a big mansion. I'm talking about a massive house. Now, this is a Bronx boy. During that time, I'm not used to no big houses. I'm not used to none of that. You know what I'm saying? So, hang tight. So when she showed me the house, I was impressed. And for a very short time, because material is not really a big deal for me. You know what I'm saying? But for a boy that grew up in the Bronx, it was. Because I'm like, wait a minute, this might be my opportunity to get to a bigger place in life. 1, 2. So we started working out at the house. And then I met Mehmet, who's Dr. Oz. Ooh. Hey, man. Ooh. Ooh. So then I met Mehmet, who's Dr. Oz. What was that? Round 3 or round 4? I don't even remember. So me and him started working out. So I became the trainer for Dr. Oz. Now, he recommended a buddy of mine who I miss him a lot, Joseph Agresta. We call him Skip. And Skip owns a company called Benzel Busch, which is one of the biggest Mercedes-Benz dealers in the country. They're located in New Jersey. So I told Skip and his wife, Darrell, who I love a lot as well, that I wanted to open up a gym in the Bronx. And I got scared into it, right, at first, because I spoke to somebody and said, hey, it's gonna cost you about $150,000 to open up a gym. I ain't have no 150, and I didn't want to go to a bank. So anyway, make a long story short, Skip gave me $10,000 cash in my pocket. He said, this is for you. Man, I broke down in tears because I'm always helping people, always. And I told him, I said, look, you might got me to cry, but you're gonna work out. And I kicked his ass even more. But that started me on my journey in the fitness industry. And from that point on, I've been coaching people for so many years. I officially started in 2001, I wanna say. But yeah, it's been over 20 plus years I've been in the industry. So I started training in Connecticut, connected with Alex Cohen, Steve Cohen. Looked them up, the billionaires that live in Greenwich. Started training Dave Koch. I started training a lot of people, connected with my dude, Melly Mel, hip hop artist Melly Mel, Grandmaster Melly Mel. And from that point on, my career just took off. I became a published author. I got a $500,000 book deal from Hachette. And I'm giving you guys my life. I'm giving y'all a little insight into what I do. So from that point on, man, I just loved it. Then I moved to California, started meeting more people and more people. So I coach a lot of high-end individuals who have grown to become my family, people who have grown to love a lot. And we have been together for so many years, you know what I'm saying? And the level of love that we have for each other goes beyond money, goes beyond fame, goes beyond popularity. So that's my life, guys. You know, I have my wife, who I love. I have my 2 sons, my daughter, my dog. I'm very ambitious when it comes to life. I'm very driven by the higher intelligence, higher than I am. Some of you guys want to call it God. Some of you guys might call it Jesus. Some of you guys might call it Buddha. Whatever terms you guys choose, that's really up to you, whatever you choose. I've learned in this life to study the law of attraction and the law of allowing, and to just allow things to occur. I don't judge another man based on his principles or his belief systems, and I don't expect people to do that to me. One of the things that pisses me off is when people judge other people for their personal points of views. Like, I'll give you a prime example. Let me get my 20 in. Let me get my 20, and then we could talk a bit, because, you know, gotta work out, man. Wow. Now you can slow that down, but I'm going heavier and I'm squeezing the muscle in each time. Now, I posted a video, give you an example, right? About helping people who want to start a YouTube channel, things to look out for. And I mentioned the word woke. Now, somebody felt it to take it up on themselves to go in the comment section and say, I'm surprised that you, of all people, fell for the word for this okie doke. You surprised? What the hell you mean you surprised? Last time I checked, I have no idea who the hell you are. You don't know who the hell I am. You just see me in social media. What make you think that you know me? Well, you do know me because I'm actually genuine on this camera, but you don't know everything about me, right? So why do you think that my belief is gonna be the same as you? Yeah, I have an issue with this woke word. I have an issue with the ideology of what it represents for me. But why do people feel that they have to express their distaste for my choices? So years ago, I felt like I watched a lot of people in the churches that I went to do that, and they judged each other for no reason, which turned me off away from church. Not away from God, but away from church and religion. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm not a religious individual. Now, some of you guys are, and I respect that. Some of you are. And, you know, but what makes me me, man, is just me being genuine and staying true to myself. When I come to you guys on these cameras, on these videos, this is us talking. So even the brother I mentioned that made his statement, you know what? That's a comment, and that's a part of a community, and he's expressing himself. So I learned to not get angered by that or bothered by it anymore. I used to. So I grew up, you know what I mean? So notice how none of this is about motorcycles, because everything I talk about most is motorcycles. This is a little bit more about me. I love what I do. I'm really growing my brand. I'm expanding my business. My goal is to hit, I want to generate $1 million a year. That's my goal. For a lot of people, it might sound far-fetched, but for me, it's not. $1 million a year is more than feasible. It's $100,000 plus a month. And you can do that. I know I can do that by me pushing myself even harder and keep on building my online platform. And which is not Right Fit Nation. Right Fit Nation is my fun channel. I love you guys, but I'm talking about my business stuff. You see me? So yeah, I'm driven. Miles, money, muscle, I'm driven by all of that. And a lot of you guys might say, but what about God? What about God? This is not about God. God is everywhere I look. I don't need to speak on that. God is every single where I look. Everywhere, everything I touch. And I've been led my whole life. You feel me? With miles, money, muscle. And I choose not to be sensitive to life. I want to be approachable to life. I want to be respectful to life. I want to be admired in life. I want to be loved in life, and I want to love in life. You know what I'm saying? So that's my 2 cents of who I am a little bit. I'm going to pass the mic on to Kelly B. Glyden. Kelly B, this is your time now to shine and make that video, and then I want you to tag somebody else and give our subscribers a little bit more insight about who their favorite YouTubers are. Okay, so who's your favorite YouTuber? And whoever that YouTuber is, tag them and let them shoot this video next, all right? This is Sensei telling y'all, let's get these miles, let's get that money, let's get the muscle. Now let me get to my training for real. Love y'all. Peace.